Y'all remember one of my prior videos, maybe a week ago, I mentioned that we're gonna put some energy in to get some deals with, some contracts with tire companies, appliance companies, and furniture companies. Well, we just got a hit with one of the tire companies. And I'm heading out over right now to go pick up some tires that their last guy left. So they need a replacement. Somebody to take over delivering tires for them. We haven't worked out the numbers yet, but it just shows that the work is out there. The opportunity is there. We just have to put ourselves in a position to put our name on it. You feel me? As I was talking to my brother this morning, we were just talking about how things are coming together. And I mentioned to him, I was like, it's because we're hungry. And then this analogy popped in my head. And I was thinking about, you know how I talked about advertisement on like the Google business, the Facebook marketplace, your website, Yelp, whatever it is you're doing on advertisement. When you're talking about eating, to me, that's like fishing. So follow along. That's like fishing because you're throwing your ads out and you're waiting for the fish to bite. That's one way of securing jobs. But the other is almost brute force, not waiting. You're attacking. You're going out in the city and you're going out to different businesses that you can work with to present the opportunity to them face to face to get, to find some type of partnership. And I look at that, instead of fishing where you're waiting for the fish to hit the bait, this is like throwing spears into the water. They don't have a choice. If you see an ad, you got time. Hey, am I gonna reply to it now? Hey, I'll get to it later. Hey, let me finish shopping around. But when you pop up on them, it's a lot different. They're more likely to react in that moment. They don't really have a choice. They have a choice, but they can't push it back as easy. So when you're throwing spears, which this is something they do somewhere, I've seen on TV, but when you're throwing spears, and you're hitting the fish to eat, that fish doesn't have a choice. He can't wait till later to grab the bait that's on the hook. So I think that it's imperative that we take both approaches. One is we do your basic digital advertising, word of mouth, all those different things, but then also we have to be more aggressive and we have to hit the streets to get more jobs that we wouldn't get otherwise. So that's just my 2 cents on that. But we're gonna be at this tire spot in a minute. We're supposed to be quite a few tires, and I'll let you know when we get there. Alright. So my brother's coming. We're gonna load these up. The place we're dropping them off to, they charge you $2 per tire, and we're charging the customer $2 per tire plus $400. So this is 100 tires. It's about 100. We're gonna throw these in the back real quick, in 2 trucks, 2 trailers, and we're gonna go drop it off. And we're making a quick $400. And that's just one job. So we're trying to get this to be reoccurring, which is where the money's at. You want the money to continue to keep going, right? So yeah, that's all it is, man. Just hustling and grinding, figuring out creative ways to get these jobs. How long did it take us to do this? 10 minutes? It took 10 minutes before you got here. It probably took about 20 for 25 minutes. 104 tires. Way more than we thought. That's why I tell y'all, don't go off the picture. You gotta come out to yourself. Look at my hardworking team right here, man. it's nasty out here too. So first time you do it, you learn your lesson, and then you charge accordingly. So one thing to know if you're gonna do tires is you need to find the tire disposal location in your city. I'm not sure if every city has one, but we have one down here. It's not too far from our landfill, and there are guidelines on how they can dump, how much they charge. Out here, if you're disposing regular size vehicle tires, they're $2 per tire, like I mentioned. If you're doing 18-wheeler tires, I think it's $6 per tire, $5 or $6 per tire. So you need to make sure you know what type of tires you're picking up, so you can charge accordingly. Also, they won't take more than 20 tires a day per person per truck. So I can only drop off 20 tires today. Me as a person with one truck. And then my brother can drop off 20 more tires because he's a second person in a totally different truck. So you basically can't have 2 trucks and do 2 drops in a day. They only take 20. So we have 104. It's gonna take us 5 days to get rid of these tires because we're gonna do 3 days because we're gonna do 40 tires a day. We're gonna do 40 today, 40 tomorrow, and then we'll get the rest out on the 3rd day. So it's just something to note. Anytime you get into anything, always know how much it's gonna cost you to get the job done. So that's just something else to think about. So we couldn't get all the tires dropped off yesterday because they closed on us. So these ones we gotta load up 20, 40 at a time to go drop them off. So we better go to the spot and see how it is for the first time. So that's 20. Grab quick 20, bring it over there, take it from this pile. Let's go drop it off at the tire disposal shop. I forgot to tell y'all I got me a backup camera so I don't have to keep backing up and getting out. It was killing me, so now it might take me two tries instead of 3. I'm way off right now trying to record this, but backup camera, cool. I paid for this screen. This is an Android radio. It's kind of cool because I can watch YouTube and play apps and do everything on it. It's like a real tablet. And then I got the install. I paid for the actual camera. I paid $500, but if you get your own radio and you get your own backup camera, you can get it for cheap, I'm sure. But I didn't have time, so this is what I got. Look like illegal dumpings. Unless this is the I doubt this is a tire dump. But it's like tires everywhere. Yeah, so that wasn't so bad. Just went in, paid the $20. 20 tires, $40. I gotta do multiple trips, but that's something to consider too. Do you have the time to hold tires if there's a maximum that you can put, a maximum that you can drop off at once? Because this could hold up our trailers, which I think we're gonna just drop them on the ground if we need to, but so yeah, just a few things to consider. and I'm about to back in. They told me they're gonna take the 20 tires and then I'm off. So tired. Tire shop. Dope. They're just running them, dropping them. So that was a cool little job. Like I said, we made, I think it was $575 that we took out from that job. The only downfalls on that is I can only drop off 20 tires at a time. So I took 104 and it's gonna take me 3 days. It's gonna take me 3 days with the 2 trucks to get those dropped off. That's the only downside. But we have a place to sit them if we need to empty the trailer to put it out to work. So, you know, you can figure out if it makes sense. Plus, your tire disposal company may not have that rule, and I may find a different one that doesn't have that 20 maximum tire rule. But if you've been listening to my videos, you know that I'm always trying to, I guess, 10x it. And if I can reach out to a few tire companies and we get a hit, what happens when I reach out to 20, 30, 40, 50? You know what I mean? Like, if I do it right and that work out, we may be able to get a trailer that's designated for tires and maybe hire somebody that'll get paid per job. You know? So that's just another way to add a stream to the business, is remove our time and then put somebody else in that spot to make some money, and we get broke off of that job. You know, they have their own truck, they just use our trailer, so we wouldn't have any expenses on that. You know, but it's just different ways to look at it. So we haven't even tapped into the appliance companies yet, or the furniture companies, what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go right now and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna Google every tire company in New Orleans and the surrounding areas, and I'm gonna write them down. And first I'm gonna give them a call, and I'm sure it's gonna be pretty difficult over the phone, but I'm gonna start on the phone because a lot of times they need management or the owners to kind of confirm that, and it's the middle of the day. Sometimes you have to catch them first thing in the morning, but you know, it's a start. And then eventually we'll just start pulling up on them and seeing if we can assist them with tire disposal, any type of transitive tires, incoming or outgoing. So yeah, man, that's just, like I tell you all the time, it's just about being creative, and as you driving, just thinking. No matter, just thinking on ways to do it. So that's what I'm doing. I think that's it for this video. I don't want it to be too long, but this was a tire job. We're looking for more of them. And the cool thing about this, if you don't have a dump trailer or you don't have these heavy trailers, if you have a utility trailer, those landscaping trailers, if you build the fence up, you can put tires in it. Tires are not that heavy. So this may be a route, you know, for somebody that can't handle the roofing jobs, those shingles, because these tires are really light. So that's just something to think about. All right, y'all, I'm checking out. Again, I'm Brandon with Dump That Dumpster Rentals. Peace.